It looks like we're heading for another green day in the books for AMC stock, currently up about 2.5% at the time of recording this video. Now, we're going to get into all of the data that you need to know. Yes, AMC is still on the threshold securities list. That remains true with FTD numbers that are in the multi-million dollar ranges, or number ranges, or I should say. On top of that, you're getting some interesting data that came out today, some news on Apple, some things that are really causing big tech to fall quite a bit. Most notably, Netflix down 2% heading into earnings tomorrow doesn't really look good. And we've seen this phenomenon lately where when big tech goes down, AMC stock goes higher. And that looks like it's holding true yet again today. So believe it or not, if you are bearish on the markets heading into this earnings season, AMC might actually perform very well, and that's different from what we have seen in the past where broad markets are down, AMC's down more. Looks to be a different equation right here and right now in 2023. So we got a lot to talk about. The work is cut out for us here in this video. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. If you guys also want to come trade with me live in real time, link down below in the description of this video as well. So AMC stock is currently in the green by 2.25%. Now, we established over this weekend that the review request that Allegheny County Pension Fund and these other small firms sent to Morgan Zern, the judge essentially for AMC's litigation case, that's kind of been proven false. We really have not got confirmation of that. And you could basically righteously assume that that was just a FUD piece from Seeking Alpha that dropped AMC 9% at the low on Friday to subsequently end the day down 6% and rally almost 2% after hours. So all in all, about a 4% down day you've seen on Friday. Now you're getting this over 2% rally today, and some of it could be because, hey, there's no review request, there's nothing happening until April 27th, and even after that, probably nothing will happen. Now, nothing happening in the courts is bullish as hell for AMC stock because everyone is expecting bad news on April 27th. And you could see this reflected in the open interest numbers for that April 28th option expiration. But on top of that, if you just look at the option activity for the day so far across all the different strikes, the total calls volume for today is at about 6,000. The total puts volume is at 11,000. Guys, the trading day just started an hour and a half, 2 hours ago. These are some pretty big numbers. Now, these numbers actually did just update. The total calls volume is 63,000. The total puts volume is sitting at about 93,000. So still almost a 1-for-2 ratio of calls to puts being placed on AMC stock here today. These are very bearish numbers. The more bearish that investors and hedge funds are on AMC heading into April 27th, the more bullish that I want to be on this stock. That's just the simple, honest truth here. When everyone is expecting one thing, and specifically around a certain date, in this case, April 27th, it doesn't tend to happen like that. And I think just no news is bullish as hell, like I said, for AMC stock. Now, if we talk about what is happening currently on the day, Apple is down about 0.25%. Netflix down 2.37%. Tesla was positive almost 3%, now in red territory. Ladies and gentlemen, big technology is getting washed out today. This is having a positive effect on AMC stock. We've seen this recently when big tech is down, AMC is higher, and that's probably because the collateral that you essentially have to put to back your AMC short positions, taking a haircut either means you have to hedge out your short position with an upside call, right? You have to go out and buy some stock or, write some calls on AMC. You got to limit some of that potential loss if you're a short seller. Now, the alternative is to pledge more shares as collateral, more of these large tech names as collateral for these short positions to remain in those short positions. So I do think if earnings season is as bad as people are projecting and could be even worse, technology could really take a falter here, and AMC stock could get some massive green candles based off of this alone. And heading into April 27th, you're going to start to see a little bit more doubt about that day being so bad, right? Everyone, you're seeing a 90% open interest rate on the puts for April 28th, a 10% ratio. Now you're sitting at about a 21% ratio, and we'll check this here in this video. And the stock has got incrementally more bullish and higher the whole last week and the week and a half prior, right? You've gotten a little bit more bullish in the share price of AMC. That ratio has gotten a little bit closer, but it's still about an 8 put to 2 call ratio on April 27. So I think that is key to definitely pay attention to. Now, if you look at the Ortex stat and you take a fresh look at these numbers today, the live short interest of free float sitting at 26.17%, 135 million shares that are currently sold short. You're looking at a cost to borrow rate over here from Interactive Brokers at about 233.5%, 350,000 shares that are currently available to be lent out. Cost to borrow average at 311%, cost to borrow max at 359%, cost to borrow minimum at 1%. So you're looking at some very high numbers here, which again, these are the highest numbers for the short interest that you have seen since the rally in June of 2021. You have not been higher than this. You've not been closer to a short squeeze in a very long amount of time. Now, like I said, AMC is up 2% on the day. On Friday, the total open interest number for the calls was sitting at about 21%. Now it's at 22.5%. Just a 1.5% increase to the open interest ratio on the call side is giving you a 2% upside move here today. I think this more normalizes towards like a 35 to 40% call open interest number by April 27th. So I do think there's a lot of room to get even more bullish here. And let's face it, people are not buying goods as much. It's really services, experiences, entertainment, movie theater companies are doing very well besides AMC because of what is going on with this arbitrage trade. If you look at Cinemark, you look at IMAX, you look at other movie theater names, overall they're at their highs. In some cases, 52-week highs, 1-year highs on these names. AMC is not. So I think there's a tailwind just from the core business getting better. And I think all these things will come together to culminate into a massive rally after April 27th. Now, from now until then, we're going to be dominated on earnings, this discorrelation between the markets and AMC, as well as any headlines that do come out. And we did get one today that the National Association of Home Builders / Wells Fargo Housing Market Index registered a 1-point gain in April to 45. Anything under 50 is considered negative. Builders said just under 1/3 of housing inventory is new construction, compared to historical norms of around 10%. A lack of listings on the resale market is giving builders an edge. So it looks like the home builder sentiment rose in April. Now, on one hand, this is good because it supports that soft landing initiative and mindset. On the other hand, this is not good for the Fed U-turn, in which if earnings are expected to drop from 2022 to 2023, you're not expecting another year of record earnings. You're expecting lower earnings than 2022 for the S&P 500. Now, why is the S&P 500 up so much and the NASDAQ up so much since the start of 2023? It's multiple expansion. It's multiple expansion based off of the implied Fed rate cuts that are coming by the end of this year. If economic data does not deteriorate and inflation remains at 4%, you're not getting rate cuts. That means stock valuations need to come down by quite a bit. Earnings will tell you kind of how far they need to go. So that's why all of this is so very important. A quick look at the option activity as well over here on Stocko Tracker. Go ahead and refresh this. For this Friday, this is a massive option expiration for AMC stock. We'll make another video talking about the potential for a gamma squeeze here because you got to put these things together and it's painting a pretty clear and concise picture. Calls in the money, 59,000. Calls out the money, 395,000. Puts in the money at about 200,000. Puts out of the money at 600,000. 53,000. Again, a lot of people have bearish positioning on this week for AMC, when in all reality, if the markets are red this week, which I think we're overdue for a substantial red week, that could be to AMC's massive benefit. So that is going to do it for this intraday update. We have a lot of other things to talk about, but we can't make these videos, 45 minutes, an hour long. That just doesn't make sense. We got to break it up a little bit. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, source your comments, questions, or concerns down below in the comment section. Stay tuned for the next video coming out later today. That one also going to be very insightful. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys, again, want to come trade with me live in real time, link down below in the description of this video. But most importantly, enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.